Howdy, my friends. Would it be? Would it be? I have changed locations from this morning. I left the Red Roof Inn about, I don't know, 8 o'clock this morning, roughly. I'll tell you about that in a separate video. But basically, I was told they had no more occupancy after I had quite a few complaints the night before. Funny how that happens, right? I was polite about it, but they weren't too happy, especially when I asked for a discount on the second night. You know, I wasn't looking for a freebie, but a lot of problems. But we're going to move on from that for now. I've got a couple surveys to fill out. If it's one of their controlled surveys, yeah, we ain't doing that. We're just going to do it the old-fashioned way. Make a video, make them look like fools. But anyway, so I had to drop back and punt. And here I am, Carrick Lake North. My favorite site. If you look over my shoulder, in a few hours we may see some deer grazing. I like camping this time of year because of the temperatures, but I don't like the all the leaves falling. It makes it look dirty, and I just don't like that personally. But some people like that. I don't like it. I'm not that way. But anyway, let me see. What do I have to share? This is generally just to say hello and give you a little insight what's going on. There's another aircraft. That sounds like a military jet of some sort, aircraft. Can't see it because of all the trees. But they know when I go live, or you know, when I go to do a recording, a video, they sponsor the channel, so they try and participate. Let me see what's new. Some happenings at work. My old boss that used to have the position that I currently have has passed away this week, a few days ago. He was a young fellow, probably only in his 30s. He had a lot of medical problems, been ongoing for a while. He passed away. I don't know what more to say about that. You know, it was unfortunate. You know, obviously when anybody passes away, it's unfortunate. But when you're that young, he had a lot of problems. You know, I don't think it was anything unexpected. A while back, I don't know when it was, maybe 6 months ago, he coded out twice on the way to the hospital, and everybody thought, you know, he was gone then. But he survived, and he just finally started collecting disability, and then, you know, this happened. So I feel bad for him. One of my best workers is leaving. October 3rd is his last day. I believe that's a Friday. Not happy about that. It's really hard to replace good workers. What else? What else? October 1st at 1300 hours, I have to appear in to make a sworn video affidavit, or whatever they call that document. It's a subpoena. Mandatory appearance. Reference the shooting, the workplace shooting that took place outside of the building where I work, where I heard, you know, pew-pews, 2 discharges of a pew-pew. And I've never had to do that. You know, I've been to court, you know, for shoplifters and stuff like that. Never had to do a, what do they call it, a videotape deposition or affidavit or something like that. But I forget what they labeled it as. But so, see what happens then. So since that was happening, kind of ruining my day, I did take Wednesday off. I'm going to try and get some things done. I ordered parts for my van. They're at the post office. I did pick up some parts at O'Reilly's Auto Parts to fix my van doors that don't open. I have 4 of them now. So hopefully between the these 3 purchases I made, I at least can get 2 of them working. That would be a great improvement, because right now it's not great. It's not a great situation to be in, especially, man, hold on, these daggone cobwebs come out of nowhere. Sorry about that. I'm not tweaking. I love the sounds of nature. The birds are happy. When the birds are happy, I'm happy. When the birds are tweeting, I know Bigfoot's not around. Thank God for that. He can ruin a camping trip. He usually doesn't show up till after dark. So what else do I want to say? Got a little bit of food. Nothing great. I had this idea, this plan. I was going to make, I don't know if you guys ever heard of walking tacos, or in Virginia, we called them, we did it at the football games in the concession stand. I could have sworn they called them walking Pedros, and then I started researching that it might have been called a walking like Petro, like for fuel or something like that. But the way we did it in Virginia, you got one of those little individual snack bags of Fritos. You kind of fold over the lip. You put your Fritos there. Then you put your taco beef, whatever, on it. Then you put like sour cream and cheese on it. And then you just kind of like walk and eat it and stuff like that. So I'm going to do something here. I want to show you. I'm going to do something similar to that. And I got these little cardboard trays. If you're nice to people, sometimes it pays off. But these are the little trays you get at, we have Circle K convenience store. And I didn't get these from Circle K, my bad. We have Circle K and Tom Thumb and Cumberland Farms. Well, Tom Thumb and Cumberland Farms under the same umbrella. So I have these same exact trays, but they look picnic-like, you know, the red and white checkerboard. At the time I got these, I couldn't find the other ones. I since have found those, but they're really cool. I like them because you can put like 2 chicken thighs in there or whatever. But I'm going to do, when I do my my walking tacos, or whatever I'm going to call them, G-Money tacos with the Fritos. I've seen them also done with those YouTube videos. If you want to go check it out, be creative, do your own thing. They use Doritos. I kind of got a big bag of the Fritos. I like the original ones. Now they have all these like twists and all these weird spicy and all. I'm not doing all that. Just give me the original. We'll try and make it happen. But I was going to do that today, like I said. And only a few miles from the campground, like literally 3 miles away, they have a Dollar General Market. And the last 10 times I've been there, they always have their any meat products that expire like within 4 days out, they would always be 50% off. So I was like, I was already buying groceries earlier. No, I'm going to save money. I'm going to get the ground beef at the Dollar General Market. I get there and all the meat's wiped out. I've never seen it so empty. They didn't even have chicken. The only thing they had, which I almost did it with, but I want to do it right if I can try it, is what do they call it? Jennie-O ground turkey or something. It was like 85-15 ratio. I probably could have done it with that. Wouldn't have been as good, I think. But anyway, so that didn't happen. That's going to be coming up in the future. That's going to be a pretty good, like, when it starts to get chilly, which at night it has been getting a little nippy. I know you people from like Michigan and Wisconsin and Utah are going to be all after me. But for Florida standards, you know, you're going around in flip-flops and shorts, you know, it can get nippy at night. You know, once we get down to the 60s, woo, doggy. Certain parts of your body get perky. But let me see, what else? So what I did get, I have a bunch of different I have asparagus, I have different veggies. I got to figure out what I'm going to do exactly. I do have a can of asparagus. I have some baked beans, 2 different types. I may do something like that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I probably got like potatoes and stuff like that. I kind of didn't spend a whole lot because I thought I was going to buy it up the road, and I didn't. But I do got food. I'm not going to starve. But basically, I just want to say hi. Um, at the end of this recording, I'm probably going to be down to like 75% charge. So I may have to shut this off. I really want to fish now because there's a live stream I'll be participating with later. But anyway, oh, let me see what else. Oh, here's another recipe I want to try. I'm not a big burger guy. I like them. It's just not something that I go out of my way to make and create and stuff like. Let me lift my hat up a little bit so I know I'm in a little bit of the shade. I don't know how well you can see me, but guy told me a couple weeks ago, and I haven't tried it, but it sounds good. There's probably YouTube recipes for this, but when he gets his ground beef, whatever it is, 80-20 or whatever he does for his burgers, he mixes in the dry packs of Lipton onion soup, and he says it's out of this world. So that sounded really good. You know, I like trying new things, so I may try that. I may even, to be honest with you, I may even sprinkle some of that in when I do the walking tacos. You know, the ground beef, just give it some added flavor. I don't know. We're going to try it out. You guys have any ideas for recipes you think are simple enough for me to execute? I do have some electric appliances I wanted to bring out and use. I don't want to tip my hand yet. Well, I'll say one. A crock pot's one. The other device I don't want to mention yet. And there's electric at certain campsites that I go to, but I can't get my banquet tables out because the doors don't open and they won't maneuver out. I think I do have another folding table in my storage unit that probably could fit out of the door, the passenger door or the driver's door, probably could fit. Not liking that. I just did see another banquet table that's 2x4 that is folding, small enough that really would have been perfect for me anyway originally, at Dollar General for $45. I only saw it at one store. I don't even know if they still have it, if I have to special order it, but that's what I'm thinking. Yesterday's video I did titled Respecting Veterans and Giving Back. I was real happy to do that. I mean, extremely happy, because I've been trying to do that video for like well over a month, and things just didn't come together. And I was glad to get that done. I was overall pretty happy the way it turned out, but I'm kind of disappointed it only has 20 views last time I checked. So if anybody respects veterans or thinks that it was a good video, please share and try and promote it somewhat. I don't usually ask for promotion like that, but it's for the veterans. I think it's a great cause. I have some ideas in mind going forward. So here's one thing I did not mention to anybody yet. I was going to mention it to Jason Johnson, the founder of Lee and Betty Johnson Memorial Charity. Sorry, I almost said the founder of 1 Mile at a Time. He's the founder of that too, but I had a little brain freeze there. But where was I? So when I was participating, filming the event yesterday where they were laying the bricks for the veterans, at the end we got talking, Mr. Powers and I I explained to him, what I do for the veterans, what my title is, which is Director of Community Outreach for the Lee and Betty Johnson Memorial Charity. So I've been trying to do the best I can from afar with my conditions and stuff like that. Well, he threw something out that was really cool, really cool. I guess he liked, my participation, realized I was sincere about what I was trying to do, accomplish, and I told him, my position. And the foundation, the Santa Rosa County Memorial Foundation, or whatever the exact title is, they hold the Veterans Day celebration outside of the square. On Memorial Day, it's inside the square, but they have a big event, and that November 11th is a Tuesday. They invited me to come out, support Lee and Betty Johnson Memorial Charity, set up a canopy, a table, promote it any way I want as long as it's pertaining to the veterans. I explained to him it was for Wreaths Across America. So to be honest with you, I kind of got confused. I was thinking, October 11th, will I have the van done? I've got some expenses with insurance. So I don't know why initially I was thinking October 11th, but it's November 11th. So, I can probably make that happen. The weather's going to be a little more chilly. It'll be in the morning. They have a big parade. I wouldn't partake in the parade, but the ending point is outside the Santa Rosa County Veterans Memorial Plaza. So that was really cool that he offered that to me. He talked to me about some other things. I don't want to, kind of goes a little bit into politics, but they're trying to remain neutral from politics and just be all about the veterans. So that was really, really cool to get an invite to do that. So once I talked to the board members of the Lee and Betty Johnson Memorial Charity, I'm going to see if they have any suggestions. I could probably foot the bill for a canopy, a blue canopy or something like that from Walmart. I will have a banquet table. I don't know if they can assist in funding for some type of banner. I do have plenty of business cards related to the Lee and Betty Johnson Memorial Charity from Jason Johnson. So I've got a boatload of those. So we can at least get the word out. Maybe get some donations. Mr. Powers did ask me, where is this located? I said, well, we're all over the country, but it supports the veterans all over the country, all over the globe. So just because, I'm the only one basically from Milton, you're helping a veteran. It doesn't matter if he's in Wisconsin, California, Idaho, whatever. It all goes to the veterans. You're helping one veteran here or you're helping a veteran there. Doesn't really matter. If you're helping a veteran, it shouldn't matter. So that's probably going to be my hardest point to convey to people. The Milton Cemetery, the past few years, they filled their wreath amount because it's a small cemetery. It's only 400 wreaths. If they don't reach it, the local government matches and they make sure everybody gets a wreath. So I would like, to emphasize that cause going to veterans. It could be anywhere. If you came to the Lee and Betty Johnson and made a donation to us, it's $17 per wreath, by the way. And then this year, because the charity's been approved through Wreaths Across America, there's an additional $5 bonus that goes on top of that. So basically your $17 donation would equal like $22. So keep that in mind. Let's say you had a relative at the Delaware Veterans Memorial Cemetery and you want to specifically go to them, it can be designated. I'm 99% sure of that. But the last few years, all of our donations have gone to the Chattanooga Cemetery, Veterans Cemetery, which currently holds about 40,000 veterans. The year before it got fully filled. This past year it did not, because I think it increases annually by 10% or something like that. So I didn't expect to talk this long, but when I get talking about something I'm passionate about, I feel like I want to share. And I'm going to shut my phone off, let it charge. I'll upload this later. So you may not even see this video until late tonight. I don't know. The other thing I wanted to tell you, I did some videoing I was coming into the entrance to Carrick Lake North. It was like 10:05 a.m. I didn't have high expectations to film any wildlife, but I figured, hey, let me give it a shot. What the heck? And I was going slower than I usually do, and then there was this big deer that did jump. I haven't reviewed the video yet, but I think it's pretty good clip. He was on the left side of the road, got it pretty well. And then I came here to my site, unpacked some things, put it on the picnic table, left about an hour later. When I was leaving, I wasn't recording because I seriously did not think I was going to get any type of wildlife on camera. And this beautiful doe came out. It wasn't like a full sprint, but it wasn't walking either, kind of like had a little giddy up in its step. It was perfect profile. It would have been a beautiful video. But then when I went on that trip and then I came back, I videoed and there was no wildlife. It was getting hotter. So that was probably around 11:30 when I came back. And so that's that. I'm just out here trying to relax. I have enough firewood. I did screw up when I went to Dollar General. I meant to buy a bag of charcoal. I was going to try and do something different. This fire pit here for wood is deeper. And I was going to try and put like a Lincoln log, like 2 one way and 2 the other way, and then put a foil pan on top, put the Instant Light charcoal in the foil pan so I could cook off the charcoal flavor. And I forgot the charcoal. And I'm pretty darn sure I don't have any. I do have some big hickory chunks. I could use that. I may try that. I don't know, but so I did get a pork steak. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. About that big. Looks really good. It's forget what it's flavored, marinated somehow, smokehouse or steakhouse or something. But it was only $5, but it looks really good. Looks really good. So I'm excited about that. Just put the veggies with it. Peace out, my friends. I've babbled long enough. And when you guys get a chance, do me a favor. Go over to a channel called It's Never Too Late Outdoors. That's Butch. He's got a good friend. They camp together often. They did a really cool 3-day collab together. And the other channel is... I always forget the other channel. Before It's Too Late Outdoors and... Oh, Flat Broke Outdoors. I can never remember that one. But Flat Broke Outdoors. I told him, I said, when you all do your collabs, you ought to be called I'm About Flat Broke or something like that. Combine the 2 channels together because they've done quite a few. They have a good old time, man. They look like good friends. And give them a look. Tell them G Money from Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors sent you. And I sent them an invite. I haven't checked the reply yet. Told both of those fellas to come on down to Florida. They don't know it's called Florida or Bust yet, but I told them when it was. I hope they seriously consider it. And that's it. I'm done jabberjawing for now. I will be cooking later. I'll be on JJ's Lifted Horizons later on his podcast, hopefully, if everything goes well. And until then, my friends, peace out. Remember, always know your legal limits and let nature soothe your soul. Peace.